everyone, it's me, your young adult librarian, and welcome to week 2 of the manga/comic book workshop. So last week we talked about what genre we wanted our story to be in. And so let's read it. For me, I wanted to have a humor/slice of life comic. So I also suggested to find a book or a comic or a manga to use as a reference. And for me, I want to let you know that I chose Blue Chair. Blue Chair is made by Shin, is his alias name, and it's based off a slice of life, and it's from Webtoons, and he has like simple backgrounds. Speaking of backgrounds, I changed my background. I changed my setting. And that's what we're talking about this week in the manga/comic book workshop this week is about world building. We're going to be talking about what type of setting we want our story to be in, or what type of environment you want it to be. So based on what genre you picked last week, you want to ask yourself, what type of world am I trying to make? Will this be a fully made up country, or will it be based off of a real life country? So for me, my story is based off me and my life as a mom who likes to collect anime figures, watch anime, a gamer. I collect Gundams, and sometimes I have like silly things that happen between me and my children. So since it involves me and my life, I'm gonna base it in my hometown, which my hometown is Walterboro. So, but it's not gonna be quite Walterboro. So it's gonna be a made up place. It's just gonna have some likeness and similarities to Walterboro. But because the reason why I like Blue Chair and Shin's comic is because he doesn't use too much background. It's mainly props, and I'll show you an example. He mainly does like little props, and sometimes he do a little bit of environmental things. So that's how I'm going to be as well. My main environment is going to be taking place in Walterboro, similar city of Walterboro, but it's mainly going to be in my home mostly, or the area that I've been where these silly things happen. So now that you have reached this far into the video, we're going to go ahead and get that first code, which is going to be 38. So now let's talk about a few things to keep in mind. Now don't let this discourage you. No. Our end goal is to be able to have this comic started and be able to put it online, or later down the road have it somebody to publish it for us down the road. So you have to keep in mind, will this be hard for you to draw, or does this need time to develop your drawing skills on drawing backgrounds, which I'm not that proficient in drawing backgrounds. So that's why I want to do less background. So you need to think about how you want it, because later down the road you will need an artist. If you're going to be the artist, you're going to have to know how to draw this certain thing, or what type of background you're trying to portray behind if it's in a high school, so you're going to have a classroom, so you need to be able to know how to draw a classroom. Or is this going to be in the desert? You need to make sure you know how to draw a desert, or at least little items to portray that your character is in the desert. But that's nothing for you to be upset about right now, because this part of the workshop we won't be doing any background drawings anyway. So breathe some air. That's maybe something we can try to do next summer, or maybe down the road we can do. But for now, this workshop is only to get you started and get all the details hammered out, so that you can have a smooth sailing when you're finally to that point of needing to draw. So with that being said, we need to do some research. I want you to research what type of country or what setting you're trying to do. You have to, especially if you're basing it like me, I'm basing it off Walterboro. It's not going to be actually Walterboro, but I'm going to include a main street. It won't be called Main Street, or for some people it's called Washington Street. It won't be called Washington Street, but it's going to have the likeness of Washington Street, like the waterfall area. That's going to be a little prominent place, but it may not look exactly like the waterfall area, but it's going to have the likeness of it. So you need to know the different spots in that town and city. So like if you're doing Germany, you need to make sure what type of terrain Germany might have. Or if you're basing it actually on Germany, you need to make sure that you're getting the name of cities right. You need to know the history of it, because you don't want to offend anybody from that country. Or if you basing it off of Japan, it's not going to be Japan, but you're trying to make it seem like it's Japan. You need to know, like for example, Japan's terrain is made up of 3/4 of mountains, so you want to be able to depict that in your art and your backgrounds and your setting. You want to make sure that you have all your details correct so you can portray that place. But if it's completely made up, then that is totally up to you. But you still want to do some research, because if it's going to be a completely made up place in the desert, you want to still be able to have that information on how deserts work and how they do it. Do they have the dunes? Do they have like a nice little oasis or stuff like that? You need to be able to understand the terrain and the environment that place has to offer. You are finally at the end of this video, and we're going to give you the last bit of the code, which is 60. And thank you for tuning in for this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to offer. I'm very excited. If you are interested in this comic book workshop, I would invite you to log in to Read Square and sign up for the Manga/comic book workshop in order to be able to receive these prizes, because you get weekly prizes and you'll want to sign up for Read Square for the Manga/comic book workshop so that we can keep a track of where you at and your progress within the program, so you can receive rewards. Yes, there are weekly rewards, and towards the end we will get a first, second, and third place prizes at the end of the program. And if you're interested in what those prizes are, I will link that in the description, and you can go to our website at www.colletonlibrary.org. Thank you. See you next week.